My name is Melanie and I manage the wealth management training team here at Iris. So my team is broken up over Australia, so over Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane. And what we really aim to do is deliver training sessions, whether they're regular or bespoke, to give our clients a lot more knowledge about our products to be able to use them more efficiently in their office. I've been with Iris for 6 years as well.
Excellent. Thanks, Mel. So tell me, what do you do outside of Iris?
I do a lot outside of Iris. I am quite social. Exercise is really important for me as well. So I try to make time within my work week to do both. So I believe it just breaks up my week a little bit more and gives me that mental break that I need as well.
And what does balance for better mean to you?
So for me, I believe it means diversity, and it also means being able to break up that week with things that I love to do and enjoy. And it's just work-life balance. So I want to be able to give myself that time during the work week to kind of break away, but also be available at work as well.
And in your 6 years of being at Iris, have you seen changes in what is offered and what is seen as the norm around balancing work life?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the culture at Iris has really changed, and I feel that they are a lot more supportive to understanding that work-life balance. So, and I think that really contributes to, your work as well at Iris.
Travel. Most people that know me here know that David and I like to travel, and we've done some really fantastic big trips. But the idea that we could take a really big chunk of time off and spend longer time in fewer places and really explore was exciting. Well, interestingly, I think David and I had different goals. So David was using it as a testbed for retirement, so he was really unsure about whether or not he was ready to give up work, and so he thought if he took a really extended break that would help solidify for him what his direction would be. And I just liked the idea of us as a couple spending some time together, when your kids sort of grow up and we're a blended family, you kind of lose sight of coupledom, and so the idea of hanging out with him and spending some time with him was really attractive. So yeah, so different purposes, but I think we both got out of it what we needed. So I don't know, not so much lessons. I think it sounds really cliched, but just appreciating the simple things in life. We spent some time in some Eastern European countries, and obviously some areas that had been, quite recently affected by war, and it really does make you realise how lucky you are. And again, that sounds really cliched, but I think it just sort of, reinforced to us that we're really privileged, we're really lucky. We've got a good roof over our head. Our families are not in danger. Our families are well taken care of, and sometimes we just have to appreciate the really simple things in life, and fresh air, sunshine, clean air, all of those things. So for us, it was just the simple takeaways. Like we're lucky here, and we should really appreciate that. It's kind of like when you clean out your wardrobe and you find an old pair of jeans that are sort of favourites, and so you put them on and you don't know whether they're just really comfy and look good still, or maybe they need to go into the Goodwill bin. So, but it was incredibly familiar. Fantastic to see so many familiar faces and to feel like you're coming home to family in a way. But the thing that surprised me so much was how much change had happened in a 6-month period. I think when you're really close to it. But I came back and there was no GTA. We were moving to Google Suite. There had been some turnover of people, but not a lot. But there was definite new energy in the place, and you could really see that all of the talk that we've been having around working more collaboratively and One Iris was really starting to pay dividends. Like it really The Melbourne office had been completed. That was just kicking off when I left. So there were still so many things that were the same, but there was a lot of stuff that was different, but good different. So I sort of felt re-energised when I got back, not just from the time off. Can't physically disconnect the same way that I was, but David and I make a real concerted effort to make sure that we do more things as a couple, which sounds easy in theory, but when you've both got busy professional sort of lives, you can just get caught in that sameness. And we tried to have more small breaks where we actually get away, again as a couple, but do some of the things that we discovered that we really liked doing. So, lots more bushwalking, lots more sort of getting back to nature, and, there's already stuff in the pipeline around trips that will continue that theme because, like anyone who loves to travel, I can't not have something planned. So. There's not many places work-wise that actively support sabbatical, and I think if you're thinking about doing something different just to see how that might go, or feel like you need to take some personal time if you're in a position financially where you can do it, then I think it really does give you a different mindset, and it's much easier, I think, to commit to something big like further study, which I know a couple of other people have chosen to do, or in my case a big trip. It allows you to do that. I think if the money side of things necessarily isn't a huge factor, then pursuing something that you might not have had the opportunity to do is pretty special and unique. So for me it worked, might not for others, but and I was lucky. I took the big one. I took 6 months, and maybe not everyone can do that, but I just think that if you're thinking about doing something different, or you want to do something that is sort of uniquely personal, then it's a great opportunity, and amazing that the company that we work for supports that.